Welcome to the Spring 2025 Web Development Technologies course. I'm Jim Kaufman with Rankin Technical College, and I will be your instructor for this course. I always find it exciting to start a new course. It's an opportunity to explore fresh ideas, connect with students, and guide them in developing new skills and understanding. This video will serve as just a quick introduction. Let's go ahead and look at the list of topics we'll briefly cover. I'll give you a quick instructor introduction, and then also an introduction to the Application and Web Development Technology program. We'll go over some of the basics of what we will learn in this course, some of the jobs specific to skills learned in this course, how this format for this course will work. I want to discuss also how to succeed in this course, as well as how attendance is determined every week, the course withdrawal and refund policy, and also the work ethic grade. So how my journey started in my career. I've always had an interest in computers and coding, and even took a few computer courses early in my college career. However, I wasn't truly passionate about it at the time. That all changed in the late 1990s when I was working part-time in a real estate office. We used computers to pull up real estate listings. And one day, I discovered that we had internet access. I began exploring different web pages and quickly became curious about how they were created. I was hooked. This newfound curiosity led me to enroll in a web development certificate program through St. Louis University. I haven't looked back since. After completing the certificate, I landed a job as a junior developer at A.G. Edwards, a stock brokerage company, which later was bought out by Wells Fargo. And besides A.G. Edwards, I also worked at MasterCard and served as a government contractor on several web development projects, including ones at USDA, DoD, NOAA, and NASA. So here's some of my experience. 18 years as a software developer. Also managed some software development teams. I have some certifications, and you'll learn in this industry, especially from the web development, software development perspective. There's not really like one certification that makes you there are some, but they're not really very prestigious ones, right? As far as certificates that just say, hey, I'm a software developer, or, I'm a computer programmer. And usually a lot of the certifications are specific to certain areas. So as you can see, for me, well, I did years ago, I did get a Java programmer certification. And then also some other certification. The second one's a project management certification. And the other ones here, the first one, two, three, four, these four here, these are all cloud related. That's just because we were doing some cloud related work. And so I have those certifications as well. Okay. And then I have what's called a Security Plus certification. So let's go ahead and continue. So these are the four courses of the Application Web Development Technology program. So we have the Web Development Technologies, which is this course. We have the Programming Fundamentals with C#. And we have two database-driven web development courses. So we have the first one here, and then we have a second one. So as far as these first two here, the Web Development Technologies and the C#, these are the first year courses. And these two database-driven web development courses are second-year courses. Okay. Now, the first and second one can be taken in any order. Obviously, in the spring, we're going to be doing this Web Development Technologies course. Just the previous course, some of the students that will be in this web development technologies course have already taken C Sharp, and some of you will. This will be your first course with Rankin in the web development technology program. These can be taken in any order. Okay. But the important thing to remember is you need to have a passing score, which is a C or better, in both of these courses before you can take these second year courses. Okay. So in this web development technologies course, go over just, we're going to just do a quick overview here. We'll obviously get into much more details on the first day of class and continuing forward from there. So the basic core web technologies we will learn is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And these are the essential technologies for creating websites. Okay. Don't worry if you don't know what those mean. We will start from the beginning on all of these, and so you will learn and understand these by the end of this course. And so we will learn coding techniques and best practices to build effective web pages. We will be using some certain frameworks. Bootstrap is a very popular framework for responsive design. We'll also learn some of the basic concepts of the React framework. And this will be in the second year course, one of these second year courses. We will use React much more in there. Okay. So much more of the advanced type topics will be in that database driven one course, the second year. Okay. But you will get get a little introduction, a little bit of knowledge and understanding about it before then. Right. Development tools. We'll be using what's called Git, which is a version control and it's used for managing code repositories. We will be using a tool called GitHub Desktop, and we use that to commit our code to what's called a GitHub repository. Okay, and we'll also be using Visual Studio Code, which is a code editor, and we'll be using that to code our HTML, our CSS, and our JavaScript. Okay. And then we'll also be using some validation and debugging tools. We will learn some techniques to validate your work and ensure standards compliance. We'll also leverage Chrome developer tools. And I'll also mention in addition to that, there's also tools within Visual Studio Code that will be helpful as well to debug, analyze, and optimize your web projects. Now here's some jobs that are specific to skills you'll learn in this course. Now I'm not saying that you'll necessarily be ready for a job in these areas when this course is finished, but it is always possible, right? But these are just three jobs that have the kind of requirements needed. The skills that we learn would obviously fit for these kinds of jobs, right? So you have what's called a front-end developer, and that's basically building the websites. It's the HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, right? So this one aligns very well with this course that we're taking. There's also called a UI designer, and this is much more on the creative side of things. You specialize in designing the visual elements and layout of a digital product. And that could be a website or other type of clients as well, such as a phone, a tablet, etc. Okay. And UI designers utilize design tools to create wireframes, mock-ups, and prototypes. We'll learn a little bit about doing that as well in this course. Okay. And then also the third one here is a web developer. And so a web developer is a skilled programmer who specializes in building and maintaining websites and web applications. So, but a lot of times a web developer, and this kind of depends on the company. What a web developer in one company is different than, say, what a web developer is in another company. But you will learn some of the basics here of the web developer, skills that are needed: HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. But besides that, there may be some other programming knowledge that you'll need. Not necessarily, but obviously some of the other courses within this program will really help hone and shape your skills to be a web developer. Okay. And like I said, this isn't the only kind of jobs that are available, for someone who goes through this whole program or even this specific course. This is just a few of them, okay? And obviously, some of these other courses, once you complete them, that will broaden your skills, right? The second course, the other course for these first year students is the C# course. And so when you complete that, you will have some knowledge in C# programming, right? Something else you can add to your resume, build out your skills for different job opportunities, right? A little bit about the online course format. So we will have instructor-led live sessions. I will be holding live lecture sessions via Microsoft Teams, which will cover book chapters, key concepts, assignments, and other related topics. All live sessions will be recorded for those who are unable to attend and added to the YouTube playlist. So as far as live sessions, if you're able to join them, they will generally be early in the morning, most of the time earlier in the week, like Monday and Tuesday. A lot of times the lab days, we have like live sessions, we'll have lab days. Usually live sessions are in the earlier part of the week, okay? Also, in addition to that, we will have lab days, okay? And during these lab days, there will be dedicated lab hours where I'll be available to assist you if you need it. And all live sessions, well, this is kind of a duplicate here, but this just says all live sessions will be recorded for those who are unable to attend. Yeah, sorry, this should have really not really be part of that. And then also there's two different course textbooks, the Muroc HTML5 and the CSS 5th edition, and Muroc's JavaScript and jQuery 4th edition. These books are part of your tuition. And I actually sent out a questionnaire, and could you please complete that as soon as possible? Because one of the questions in there about books, and for us to get those ordered, I need counts on what kind of format you want, and if you're interested in having those books, which is highly recommended. Okay, as far as the assignments go, there are different kinds of assignments for this course. There will be hands-on test. There'll be labs. There'll be homework and written test. Okay, and all of these can be viewed on Inside Rankin, and they won't all be there. They will only be viewable when they're due, when there's a due date, and they've been made visible. Okay, but we will get into this a lot more in the first day of the course. Okay. Additional resources. Other reading materials, study guides, website links, and handouts will also be provided to assist the student. And as far as additional assistance, I'm available to help you. Obviously, as well as we also have a student tutor that's assigned to our course. So if you feel like you need some additional help, you want some tutoring, we can make that available for you as well. So how to succeed in this course. So each of these courses within this program are 14 credit hour courses, 14 credit hours, and a significant commitment of your time is necessary to do well. The spring semester of this course is 16 weeks. To succeed in this course, it's a good rule of thumb to dedicate around 20 hours per week. Some students may need more time, while others might complete their work in less time. I suggest that you create a plan and schedule and stick to it. I would not wait until the last day of the week to start your assignments. It just adds a lot of unneeded stress for you. Instead, allocate time throughout the week and aim to make progress every day if possible. Please read the book chapters. It'll give you a good foundation and the necessary information needed to pass the written test. Most of the written tests are based pretty much off the textbook itself. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Like I said, we have various options available as far as, I can help you myself. And also we have a tutor that can be available also. The most important thing is, don't give up. You can do this. It's really, a lot of this is really just making sure that you put in the time. People who tend to struggle more are the ones who just don't spend time during most of the week, and then all of a sudden they're cramming to get everything done, to get things committed for the week, right? To get things submitted, get their assignments submitted. So if you can find a way to spend your time throughout the week working on your assignments, you're going to have much more success in this course. So now I want to talk about attendance, which is very important. So online courses run from Monday at 12 a.m. through Sunday at 11:59 p.m. Okay. Attendance is recorded every Monday morning for the previous week. Actually, this is wrong here. This should be maximum allowable weeks. It's days of absence, but maximum allowable absences for the course is 2. So if you don't submit or commit any work, and we're going to go into that here in a little bit, if you do not submit or commit any work, you will be marked as absent, right? If you are marked as absent 2 times, you will receive some warnings. If you are absent a 3rd time, then the registrar's office will automatically withdraw you from the course if you exceed 2 absences, okay? So to be marked as present for the course, students must actively participate at least once per week to be counted present in their online course for that week. To satisfy weekly attendance requirements for an online course, students must complete one of the following actions. You must either complete a written assignment on Inside Rankin, or you must submit an assignment to your GitHub repository that is actually a genuine attempt to complete the work. If it's something that you did in 3 minutes and you just submitted something, that's not going to be good enough for attendance. You're going to have to do a little more work than that. Okay. And I just want to reiterate, attendance is very important, and it's this is something you have complete control over. All you really have to do is get some work done within a week, right? The bar is actually very low. Okay. But like I said, if you do some work, you can't just check in something that you took 3 minutes to do just to make sure that you're marked as present for that week. It's got to be a genuine attempt to complete the work. Okay. Did want to talk a little bit about the course withdrawal and refund policy. So you must drop the class before the semester starts to avoid responsibility for payment or fees. So to get 100% credit, 100% credit will be issued through the end of the day before class begins. Okay. And that's really the reason I'm bringing this all up in the welcome video prior to the class starting, is because basically you have to withdraw to get 100%. You have to withdraw pretty much before the class starts, right? So, like I said, 100% credit will be issued through the end of the day before class begins. A day is defined as a working day. Beginning with the first day of class, any student who withdraws from the course will receive a credit of institutional charges according to the following schedule. Withdrawal from the college during the first week of the semester, a 90% credit of institutional charges. Withdrawal from the college during the second week of the semester, 60% credit of institutional charges. And after the end of the second week of the semester, there will be no refund of charges due to withdrawal from the college. The student may forfeit any rank and funded scholarship that may have been awarded while enrolled in their major. The student may also become ineligible to receive a tuition credit that was previously awarded. Eligibility for tuition credits and or rank and funded scholarships will be determined by the business office or the financial office. Okay? So you need to make sure that I have no control over the withdrawal process. And so you'll need to contact the business office for that. If for some reason you feel like you need to withdraw, you decide that this isn't the course for you or too much going on in your life, whatever your reason may be. Okay? Another thing I wanted to speak about a little bit is the work ethic grade. So you'll have your academic grade, which is basically, the grading of all your assignments. But in addition to that, there's also a work ethic grade. And for a online course, this is probably not as, I don't want to say as important, but it's not impacted as much. Your work ethic grade. When you're at in-person classes, you must wear your uniform. You must not be tardy for class. There'll be a lot more interaction with students and instructors and other rank-and administrators. So there's a lot more interaction. There's a lot more involved with your work ethic grade in a in-person class as opposed to an online course. But there are things that are still important that do affect your work ethic grade. Obviously, some of the basics: attendance, turning in your work. Right? If you're missing a lot of classes, well, you can't miss many in this, right? We know after 2 classes, you have third. When I say classes, weeks. If you have a third absence, you're going to be automatically removed from the course, right? But absences, if you have 2 absences, your work ethic grade is going to be moved down a little bit, right? You'll have some points charged against you, just a little bit. It's nothing significant to get all worried about, but it's important to make sure that you are there for the classes, right? That you do your work. Also, another thing is the quality of your work. If you're turning, you're working, you're making a genuine effort to do quality work. That's another factor. Also, plagiarism or cheating or anything like that is obviously going to affect your work ethic grade. And there is interaction. There's still interaction with different. There's interaction with your instructor. Myself and some of the other instructors, some of the administrators, and there's possible some interaction with the students on the online course as well. And so the important things just to kind of really remember is you must really just treat everybody with respect. Do your work. Make sure you do your work and respect everyone that you are associated with, and you're going to do pretty good on your work ethic grade. Okay, I'm just going to do a quick. We're going to kind of go into this a little bit more in the first class, but there's different categories. There's exceed expectations, right? Exceed standards, meets. This is meets standards. This is needs improvement, and this is does not even need improvement, right? And so everybody will start out. You'll have a default grade when you start this course, and everybody will be in meets. And for the most part, a lot of people, just because there's not a lot of opportunities to really move into the exceed standards, most people will start in meets and end in meet at the end of the semester, the end of the course, right? But there's possibilities that you could go either way depending on some different factors, right? But we'll talk about this a little bit more on the first day, and just kind of want to bring this up because this is another grade that is part of this course, right? There's basically 2 grades, one for your academic grade and one for your work ethic grade. So that's about all I have just for this quick introduction. I'm looking forward to seeing you all in this class and building a strong foundation in web technologies. And thanks for watching this video. And the next video in this will be added to the playlist, the YouTube playlist, and the next video will be about setting up your environment. Thank you very much and have a great day.